All right, y'all. Welcome to Street Church. Come on in, congregation. And for first time visitors, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. We're going to be talking about D.C.'s crime crisis because it is in a crime crisis. Um, Statistically, the numbers are there at an alarming rate and continue to keep rising. And it's the nation's capital, right? So it's important, right? It's like our capital, state to state, but this is the USA's capital, right? It's our capital. It's a representation of us as a whole. So it's how we look on the global stage, and so that's important. And so I'm gonna give you some numbers, and then I'm gonna give you my take on it and what I see. And it listen, it's all gonna go back to the Biden administration. This president is a terrible president. He is historically will go down as the worst president ever. And his administration, the way I don't even think he's the one administering. Honestly, um, we all can see it. There's no way he's in the White House administrating anything. It's obvious that his physical health is declining, uh, and his cognitive skills are declining at such a rapid rate too. It's rapid, to where they can't give him enough medication. They can't fix enough for him. They can't do enough PR for him to for us not to see that he's not fit to be president of the United States. And he was never fit. Even a young Biden would have never been fit. Right? We just policy wise. This man is corrupt. He's been corrupt for all 47 years of his presidency. I mean, not his presidency, excuse me, but him being a politician, right? It's been on corruption and lies. And he's been partners and partake with people that's corrupt or are wicked and even racist. He had a deep uh, relationship with, I believe it was Senator Byrd, who was a known Klansman. He did this man's eulogy. He said this man was his mentor, but hey, that goes without saying. You can go check it out. You can see Biden's relationship with I can't think of his first name, but I know that he was in office too, alongside Biden. His last name is Byrd. Um, if I'm not mistaken, it's Robert Byrd. Um, but his last name is Byrd, and he's a known Klansman, and he was a part of the filibusters against civil rights, uh, the Civil Rights Act. He was against integration. He was just against the things that people thought would move Black Americans forward. Anything that had to do with minorities or Black Americans, or if you want to say people of color, him and Biden was against it in his younger years. So he was never going to be fit to be president, even if he was sound. Even if he became president while he was young, he would have never been fit to be president. He would have never been the person that we should want to run our country. And now he's not running our country, and it's somebody else behind the scenes pushing the agenda. through the guise of him being the president, but it's not him. It's definitely not him. So anyway, that being said, our nation's capital, D.C., District of Columbia, is in turmoil, and gun violence and homicides and sexual assaults, sexual abuse, violent crimes with a gun, like robbery and assault with a dangerous weapon, even crimes against property, destruction of property, and malicious destruction of property, and vandalism is up. All these things are increasing. And where's the Biden administration? They're in D.C. He's in D.C. The White House is in D.C. All you got to do is just take a walk outside and you can see all this crime taking place. Yeah, right there in front of the Capitol. Probably, I mean, in the Capitol now, right? Because they just found a bag of cocaine in there. So right in the White House, the crime, they're a part of the crime rate. You know, this is street church. We're going to lay it all out over here. They're a part of the crime rate. Because they just found the bag of cocaine in the White House. A significant amount, too. So, listen. Gun violence. What is it? 80 homicides this year. They say represent a 7% increase over the same time last year, right? So this 80 homicides that they got right now currently is up 7%, right? So that's almost 10%. So let's just say it was 70 homicides at this time last year, right? Now it's 7% more. So it's like, you know, I'm just rounding off. I'm just throwing 3% out there because they probably threw 3% off of it, right? They probably was 10% increase, right? You see what I'm saying? But they said 7% just to make it look good. But I'm going to say 10%. So, hey, it was 70 last year. Now they up to 80 homicides. Right now, where they was at 70 homicides last year, they're at 80 at this time of the year. Same time last year. Violent crimes with a gun have increased by 54 incidents, right? Increased by 54 incidents, which is up 6% from the same time last year, right? So again, we got this 6-7% thing going on. I'm gonna say 10. So it says up 54 incidents. That's a 6% increase. So I'm gonna say 10. So 44 violent crimes with a gun. Now it's up 54 incidents. So it's 44 at the same time last year that it is this year. Up 6%. This is back-to-back years of more than 200 homicides in the nation's capital. Right? Total violent crimes, 597.06. Total property crimes, 3,503.34. Homicides, 32.78. Rape, 25.52. Now, this is 995.9 violent crimes per 100,000 people reported in D.C. Y'all do the math. This is bad, and it's the nation's capital. the face of America, right? The capital of America. So come on, y'all, you gotta think. So now listen. So now these same people, it's been going on all over the place, right? But some people still want to push the same defund the police agenda, soft on crime agenda, and no matter what, it seems that they keep seeing that the numbers are saying don't go this path, right? Don't take this path. Don't keep pushing this agenda. But for some reason, they continue to keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. For some reason. And the only thing I can think of, really, that nobody wants to look at and better try to pay attention, is they letting y'all get out of hand so they can be the solution on a federal level. It's the same way that they gave all this money to everybody and everybody sat at home, and now between AI and robotics, jobs are going to be replaced by the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, are going to be replaced. It's going to replace human labor. And that was their plan all the time. To sit you down and give you a little money and make you not feel like you needed to go back to work and keep those jobs flowing, give people reason to want to deal with human labor. Now, they're just going to start replacing you with either AI or robotics. Physical, that'll be the next stage, right? Physical, actual putting robots in, putting machinery in to replace you. Right now, though, they finna do AI. On management levels, a lot of people gonna lose their jobs on administrative and management levels. They're gonna use AI to do their job. So that's McDonald's, supervisors. Your supervisor is gonna be, people are gonna still have physical labor, but they're gonna replace those managers. Those administrative jobs is gonna be gone. You're gonna answer to AI, a computer, a kiosk. Mm-hmm. And they are going to use that money that they don't have to pay administrators or management people. They're going to pay for more surveillance, counter surveillance, and even security. Because the less physical people they got there, the more things they can put in place for security and surveillance. Right? And what they'll do is they'll hit you where it's at. It's coming, buying and selling, right? They see you doing a crime, you won't be able to use money nowhere. Because they're going to take that away. They're going to take that option for you to be able to go back to the hood and spend it on cash and, sell drugs and make cash and be able to stash cash. You're not going to be able to do that no more. That's why they want the currency to collapse. This is why they have inflation. They want it to collapse. And this is for educational purposes. Listen, this is only my opinion. Right? YouTube would love to just come at me. If they do, it's all good. I got something for it because I'm only giving my opinion. I'm not saying nothing to harm anybody. I'm not saying anything vulgar. So I'm getting tired of YouTube trying to do what they do. So I got something for YouTube if they come at any one of my videos, because I can prove that I didn't violate a guideline, because you can't define how you defined your guidelines. You get what I'm saying? Like the words, the definitions, words still exist in the dictionary for a reason. They mean things for a reason. So they try to always create a narrative and set you on their terms. right? This is what these companies do, set you on their terms. That's why they got terms and conditions, because they want to try to set you on their terms so that they can deny any accountability or responsibility for doing anything to you that's not good business practices. And it's not good business practices for YouTube to send you some kind of strike or something talking about you violated a guideline, but they just say you violated the guidelines. They never tell you or define, like show you, pull out from their guidelines what you actually did. That's what I went through when I got the warning when I first started Street Church. I never did receive an actual specific guideline that I violated. They just said because I did a video on the Inflation Reduction Act bill that Biden signed in, right? Whoever got offended by it, they asked them to shut that down and send me a warning, right? And they're into politics anyway. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like YouTube is probably supporter a Democratic, right? The owners, the people in power at YouTube, they're probably Democrats, liberals, progressives, left wing, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. But they're on that side because that's the only reason they shut down certain channels and they're not shutting down other people's channels that's progressive. See what I'm saying? So anyway, that being said, right, because I don't want to get, sidetracked, but I'm just going to continue to say how I feel about it. They creating all of this chaos because they want to change things. They letting the crime go rampant. They letting the crime in all of these states where they have the Democratic power, right? Where their voices are more, where they're in power, like in government, right? Because eventually they're going to all get together and say, listen, this crime, we hear y'all, right? Now listen, they causing it because they are turning their backs on people, right? But at the same time, they're going to come back around and say, listen, I hear y'all, so we need to make a federal police law enforcement. That's it. Police are all going to be on federal level. Because they already doing it now. Listen, are you watching and paying attention of the fact that when they come get rappers, right, who they believe have gang ties or they are involved in illicit activities, right, illegal activities, criminal activities, whatever they think they're involved in, do you notice that they don't even go on the state level, right? The state police is barely coming to get these guys. The feds is coming to get everybody. The feds is coming to get everybody, not the state. So they already doing it. They just making it seem like the crime they committed rolled over into a federal offense. But it ain't. All them crimes ain't federal. Some of those crimes that those rappers could be committing could stay on a state level. Case in point, let me show you something. Boosie. Okay, he beat his gun charge. Then the feds came and got him. Why? It was over with. It was a done deal. Years ago, it would have been a done deal. He would have handled it on a state level. He would have either won against the state or he would have lost and been convicted, and it would have been over with. Why did the feds get in? Because eventually the federal police will be the federal police. It will not be the Federal Bureau of Investigations. It will no longer be about investigations. It will be the federal police. And this is why they letting it get so out of hand that people keep crying to their legislators, right? Instead of helping the police figure things out to whatever local level they can do this on, right? things that they can go to the chief of the police about and that he can do. He's got power to do certain things like like better response times and stuff like that, because it's an internal thing. Some of this stuff is internal. It can be handled and make for better policing locally. But people keep crying to their legislators and Congress people and senators, and they giving them exactly what they want, because what that makes them able to do is say we need a bill. And as soon as they do a bill, they get to writing this legal language in there that hurts you rather than benefits you every single time. It seems like a good thing on the surface, but nobody really reads the legal language that's going on within these bills and this stuff that they legislating. And so then you find something that's in there that's a discrepancy within the bill. And now it's already in law. And now they got the power to practice it and exact on it, act on it. That's how it always happened, and that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to let it get so out of hand, the homelessness that's going on in these cities. California got the same problem as D.C. Chicago got the same problem as D.C. D.C. got the same problem as Chicago. Milwaukee. All in terms of, and watch this now, in terms of education in D.C., in terms of education in Chicago, in terms of education in California, in terms, and this I'm talking about the minorities, okay? Black America, wake up. What? Look how low your income is. Look how low your education is. Look at, you know what I'm saying? The crime rate is continuing to bring down the value of your community. And all you got to do is take it back from the government. Stop going to complain to Congress or Senate. Don't do that. Go to your local body. Go to your local body. Go to the police department and work something out with them. And let them know that you'll be behind them in their endeavors to make your community safer. Whatever you can do legally. But that's what needs to happen. Everybody needs to get on a local level. You need to go step outside. Stop being scared. See what's going on. Find out where your nephew is. Find out where your niece is. Find out who they texting, who they calling. Because they getting together and they doing all this stuff and they don't understand it's going to come back to haunt them. Because they're going to write laws that they're not going to be able to keep on snatching and grabbing and getting together. Like in Chicago. Did you see what they did in Chicago? All them kids got together, man, and they just got to fighting and tearing up a whole, like, they was so huge the police couldn't even handle it. First of all, because they was all young. Can't just put your hands on these juveniles like that. You know, then you got the parents coming trying to holler at the police and get to holler and defund the police again and all this stuff. And who's going to get behind them? They waiting for it to happen. Man, when them mob of kids got all over and was dancing and shaking the buses and getting in all kinds of individual fights and stuff and just took over Chicago, that whole area they had. Oh, they was, the powers that be was waiting for something that they could jump on, they could latch on, that they could activate activists on. They was waiting when they did that in Chicago. I could see them licking their chops, waiting for something they could use so that they could start talking about they need to legislate, write bills, enact something. You better stop allowing them to set you up, because that's exactly what they're doing. You talking about backdoor? I know Chicago, that's their favorite word, talking about backdoor. Y'all getting backdoored by y'all politicians so bad. Y'all getting backdoored. Y'all getting backdoored so bad. And listen, I'm going to end this on this right here. I'm going to read a couple scriptures too. Listen. Yeah, I just came to have a conversation with y'all because I don't know if y'all really understand what's going on. They doing all of this so they can just backstab you, so they can turn on you, so they can make it a federal thing, so they can just take over it. So they can have so that the word weaponization of the government is so true. They're weaponizing it. They already had it as a weapon, but man, they perfecting it now. It's like a nuclear bomb. The government is that's how dangerous and how big, how destructive of a weapon it is. It's a nuclear bomb. They just drop it whenever they need it. And I'm talking about both sides. I'm talking about both sides. This ain't about a party. I'm talking about both sides. I'm talking about Republicans do it, Democrats do it. It's just people in power who are children of Satan. They're evildoers. They are workers of iniquity. They are the doers of sin. They indulge in it. They willfully and gleefully wake up to devise evil. On both sides, Republicans, Democrats, third party, what they call them, what's that one, libertarians, whatever it is, it's all against you. It's all against good people, good hardworking people, those who follow Jesus Christ. Those who have no ill will or malicious intent. Those people who mind their own business. That's who they're against. All these people, all these organizations, all of this, all the media platforms, all of them is against you. And if they're not against you, they trying to manipulate you. You see what I'm saying? And provoke you to go and be persuaded they way. That ain't gonna lead nowhere because man don't have the answer. The answer, the way, the truth, and the life is Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. Amen. Period. But listen, the crime rate done got so bad. All of this defunding, if you see, they done got real quiet with this defunding of the police. The mayor of DC, which is Mayor Bowser, a young, very attractive, beautiful black African American woman. I don't know too much about her. But she changing her tune. She changing her tune. And she got some ideas that seem like they really good. She say she want to make it harder for suspects to not be able to get out so that they can face trial and they can't go on the run. She's talking about getting tough on crime. She had a few more ideas. I didn't jot them down because I want to know that she's going to stay true and stick to it. But she's trying to send legislation up to the powers that be, and it's probably going to all get shot down. She won't get exactly what she want or need to turn things around in D.C. Turn that crime crisis around. And you see the mayor in Chicago, he's turning out to be just another male Lightfoot. He is the male version of Lightfoot. I don't know why anybody didn't see that coming. You should have just tried a different person. But I guarantee you, people voted for him because of the color of his skin. And black America, y'all gonna learn about voting for people because of the color of their skin, thinking that's gonna move you forward. It's not gonna move you forward. See, I know what moved me forward. This is why I'm saying you at this particular time. Because I am not what you own. And you not what I'm on. Because I know what it takes to move forward. It does not take the color of somebody's skin. It's the willingness to do the job and the ability to do the job. You got to have both. You got to have the willingness to do the job, and you got to have the ability to do it. Because first, you know what I'm saying, you need the ability, and then you have to have that kind of characteristics in you and traits in you and heart in you to be willing to do the job for other people. Right? You got to have a heart for that. That's what every politician that you should be voting for. I'm talking about y'all, because I know who I should vote for. Because when I hear it, when I see it, and I can go check that person's background and they record, they track record, that's who I'll vote for. But y'all don't vote. I'm talking to y'all who don't vote based on those things. You vote based on the color of somebody's skin, and it does you in every time. We done had corrupt politician after corrupt politician after corrupt politician, because we put them in office, voted for them. So I no longer would do that. And my first time was voting ever in my life, I voted for Trump against Biden. That was my first time ever voting, and I voted for him because I saw how crucial it was for him to be reelected. And it's still crucial for somebody with his mentality and willingness to do the job to get in office again. I don't know if it's him, because it seemed like they working very hard to do what they did the last time, make sure that he does not get in office again. So, but whoever I see with the same mentality and willingness that he had, because he's got, in my opinion, right, for educational purposes only, a good track record as far as being president. Because we wasn't in the situations that we're in now across the United States. So yeah. So anyway, listen, I'm gonna she sound like she wanna change things and turn things around. Is it too late though? I'm asking y'all. Y'all see this video. I'm asking y'all, is it too late to turn things around in these cities like Chicago, California, the states, Illinois? Because it ain't just happening in Chicago. Let me just stop saying Chicago is the favorite word people to use, but I think it's happening all over in Illinois. Chicago is just the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the most known. It's like Detroit. Detroit is the most known city, like urban, metropolitan, city in Michigan, right? And, it's where all the major teams are at. You know what I'm saying? You got the Detroit Tigers, you got, Detroit Pistons, you got Detroit Lions, you got the Red Wings, and used to have the female professional basketball team, but they got rid of I think it was the Sparks. Yeah. So anyway, that's where everything major is going on as Motown. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? Legendary Motown, even though they ain't in Detroit no more. But yeah, so anyway, do y'all think, all right, comment, let me know something, right? Comment, let me know, do y'all think that it's too late for these cities? Because think about it, they still are re-electing and electing the same type of people to do politics in these states, in these cities, like California, right? And Chicago, and New York, and Detroit. And things are not working. Things are not working. And so, comment. Let me know. Do y'all think it's too late? Are we just going to go further down that abyss? Right? Are we going to go further down that pit of hell? Which is violent crime and homicides? Or is they going to get it together? Or can they get it together? I'm asking. All right. So anyway, listen, I'm going to read a couple scriptures. And then I'm going to let the congregation out because ain't nothing else to be said. Right? All right. So this is related to crime, okay? It says um when the righteous increase, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, the people groan. Right? And that's what's happening. For some reason, these local politicians allowing the wicked to rule, and they don't act according to righteousness and justice for the people in their cities. And I can guarantee you that the people are groaning, right? We know this because the city DC council, city council, the mayor, everybody who was talking sideways just a few years ago is changing their tunes quickly. And it's happening all over. Georgia, right? Atlanta is another place. And people is changing their tune because they see that this stuff that they trying to push, the people in power, is nonsense. So everybody is starting to change their tune. And it's gonna be a lot of infighting, right? It's people gonna be fighting against their own party, their own people, who they've been partners with, or how they always say bipartisan. That's gonna come to an end soon. There's not gonna be no more bipartisan government. Straight up, straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like the King Von, Quando Rondo, Lil Durk, NBA YoungBoy situation. People is gonna have to pick a side in politics, in the government. The body, our U.S. government is gonna be just like them. People is gonna have to start picking sides. Yeah, I said that. This is street church. We lay it all out here. And one thing I try to do, I try to lay it out in layman terms for you so you can grasp how serious a topic I'm talking about may be. You can get an understanding of how this is really going down in real time, right in front of you. So anyway, y'all, listen. That was Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, by the way. Listen, I am close to 100 videos. You know, praise God. Hallelujah. Amen. Right? And that being said, listen, I need y'all to continue to like, share, comment, good or bad. I need you to subscribe. Come on now. I need more subscribers. Right? We want to get this thing up to 10,000 subscribers. You know, like I said, I'm working on getting this online store, this, merch store together, and I'm getting the membership thing together too as we speak. God willing, everything is going to come to fruition and it'll be ready for you, available for you. So like I said, continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when everything is up and running, I need you to go ahead over there to that shop and get all the merchandise you can, because YouTube won't monetize any of my videos. And that's how I'm going to be able to get some revenue and be more of an impact. And I'm going to have some exclusives and some great giveaways and be trying to do some great things, you know what I'm saying, to honor our relationship, right? Because I feel like this is a relationship. I feel like that's why I say congregation. You know, I call y'all the congregation because I feel like y'all are part of this, you know what I'm saying, ministry that I'm doing. So much so that you're a part of the congregation. And I want to, be able to reward you for that, right? So when everything is up and running, I'm going to have some exclusives, giveaways, and some fun times ahead for us, okay? And I just want y'all to know that, and I appreciate those who keep following me right now and checking out all my videos right now. To this day. Okay? So listen, this is Street Church. I'm about to let the congregation out. Be blessed. God bless.